Hello. That's Twitch fired up. I don't know how to get rid of that. Where's my mouse? There it is. And yes, I want to start the stream. I wish ATM would actually hey, toggles like a sync toggle based off of your keybinds. So it's like, okay, cool. I want to enable, I want to have the source there. Oh yeah, all right. Hello YouTube. Getting rid of this bar here is going to be a pain in the butt. This is still attempting multi-stream. But here we are. Just going to make sure that says done. Right now I don't have any of the YouTube alerts set up. I only have Twitch's alerts set up. And let's get Factorio started up. Library. It is back in the saddle. And also should be 9. There we go. And let's get some music going as well while we're here. Backing track. There we go. There we go. It is loading. That's very interesting. There we go. I will have to adjust things over time. That's just how it is. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the color balance of this to be cooler. Or warmer, sorry. Give me a sec. Now it's at 3600K. Oh, that's too young. That's too warm. So it should be there. Yeah, that'll roughly do. So, I don't upload too much to my YouTube channel. I do have that VOD channel, which I don't 100% know what I'm going to do with it. But for now, what I'm probably going to do is I'll use the VOD channel to upload the higher resolution videos or streams onto. And then from there, I will figure out scheduling and stuff. Continue autosave. So most of this is actually already on the VOD channel. So there we go. Hopefully this isn't too ridiculous. So what actually do I need to do? Aside from clear out all of this. Oil is fine because I have that dealing with these, because they'll just go back there again. That will be dealt with eventually. Right now, my limiter, I think, is iron production. Yes, very much is the iron production. Wait, why are you North 1? Okay, yeah. Let me actually edit that to be North. Which means that guy is automatically adjusted, which is nice. Yeah, Iron East. Where's that train? Oh, there he is. Coming back. And right, where is the nearest iron deposit? I don't want to have to go all the way up here, and then I have to figure out how to secure all of that. I mean, I have the power. to deal with that. And eventually we'll have the full power to deal with that, because that's based off of my turbines, not actually based off of the number of reactors I have present. This is a blueprint. I did not come up with this. This is just something I pulled because it's just there. Now just adjust that. And away we go. Okay. Of course, actually, wait, let's check his Zoidberg for a sec. Right. Looks like we're dealing with iron today. Right. Going to secure this lower section because I was going to rush to this iron deposit here because it is actually closer overall to the central base area. That's right. There we go. A lot of tedious, but that is what it is. And I could have used the elevated rails, but I decided to leave two lower rails for this part because I didn't think there'd be too much of a reason to switch. I just wish the elevated rails could carry power. Like you just hook up power to it and it would automatically carry it that distance. Because it's already up in the air. Like you'd have to manually attach a power pole to it, like say a big electric pole or a distribution center or whatever. But still, it's like, come on. Just making sure I have enough overlap, because those radars take a lot of power. Where are we? Oh yeah, 1.6. My laser defenses take up most of that, but just visibility takes up the second largest chunk of excuse me. Of everything. Actually, wait, I just realized, did I copy over... I gotta make sure my stream title is the same. Stream settings. Full screen that. Yeah, no, it is already the same. Cool. I'll be happy when this is back to a 1440 display instead of running dual 1080s and a 1440. There we go. Now let's figure out. And come on. And oh. Come on. It's there we go. It's see? Ah, there it is. Now let's figure out how I am. Oop. And there. And that does the trick. Because I'm iron limited, I have to make sure I conserve as much iron as other resources as I have. To make sure I can actually... Wait, did it just... No. Alright, the construction planner. And let's, That was hilariously dumb. be up. There we go. That way it somewhat matches. And voila. And I think I need to go ahead and... Oh no, I don't have that. I need to go to my blueprint book. I do not have... That's my unload. Where is it? Or did I not actually save that? Apparently I did not save that. I literally need one of these. Well, this sucks. I mean, that's not an invalid answer, but... Throwing that here... Maybe? Because they will have to go through and dig that up, because otherwise they'll just attack these lines constantly. The oil lines are the only things that will always stay up, no matter how hard I try. It's just directly piped in. Because those are the first two oil deposits I had there, and then here. Really close. I need to fill that in so I can then start extracting that, getting that ready here. But of course, it's not being mined at all. And that's just requesting as much stone as possible to dump back in to the system. So that guy goes down, just an S-bend. And then from here, it's just wall there, wall here, maybe, I don't know, it'd be a wall here. It's gonna, sorting all of this, that's gonna be a pain in the butt, an absolute pain. So here, there, right across here. Again, let's just deal with that cluster, deal with this. Put a wall across here. It's gonna go around the long way, but at the same time, if I can force them into a known good, like a good choke point, I will. Ooh, what are you guys doing? There used to be a lot more trees up here, but I kept running them over. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, yeah, there is some iron there, just not a lot. And... You know what? Being able to read deposits would be fantastic. Adding that to the circuit network. I wonder. Let me... Just... The entire resource patch. Oh... So it'll always be green if the resource patch reads anything. But if the resource oh no, then I have to do some complicated math. I have to figure that complicated math out so that way the resource patch, once there is a 0 value on one and only iron in the chests, once there's 0 on both, the stop is just inactive and I can literally just leave the stop alone. It never touches that stop, it's just an inactive stop. Because it's like conditional. Yeah, no, that's the old belts that I don't use anymore. Yeah, it'll be fixed and replaced anyway. And then, of course, there's south. Oh, God. Wait, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you are going literally into here. Into there. That's... Yeah, just arbitrarily making sure that trains don't go to the wrong place. How do I do this? Do I have bulk inserters yet? No, I don't think I do. Yeah, but right now, just focus on getting steel production up, because then from there, my iron production will probably get replaced. Because that's more than enough copper, because copper does not get used nearly as much, typically. But iron, though. Iron absolutely does. And that's a 4 to... yeah. Here. I keep getting lost, losing track mentally. Alright, let's figure this out. That goes there. Okay, and about there. Yeah, it's just deforest. Just a bit of casual deforestation. And now we vacate that area to build. To build. Yes, that's my analytics on YouTube. Oh. Good God, I wish I actually manufactured a lot of these before I left. Iron drills. Honestly, the first thing I think the first place I'm going to go to is Volcanus, because of the fact it has access to just better iron production, everything. It just mass, like, all of the iron resources I just get from overseas instead of worrying too much about this. That would honestly be funny in and of itself. That would be funny. But let's go this way. I know it's not technically the most efficient way of doing it, but it is the way I am doing this. 2 and it's 1, 2. All right, because those resource patches will go down. Okay, 1, 2. All right. And there we go. Let's see now. And that's honestly, let me shift this over here one aisle, because that way I can actually get everything to be in sync and have an efficient power grid layout. So that's the entire deposit covered. Whoop. Because these two will combine to one. These two will combine into one, just to make it more easy to sort and filter. This one won't. Yeah. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that actually works out nicely. So the production rate is technically the same. Yeah. There we go. As far as the total number of balancers involved. And there. Actually. And there we go. And that ensures that both of these are taken at the same rate. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to 6 balancer. I could. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it as a 5 to 6. So that means I go here. 5, 6. And let's go with a V. Yes. There we go. And that should. There we go. And then, of course, this guy goes over. And that connects all of that to that right there. And where's my downstroke on the line? Yes. So that means it goes down. And it will cross. Because then from here I can have it potentially loop around. And hold up, let me copy paste. And ooh. And go. All right. So if I do this, I'll have to readjust the stop name, but yeah. So actually, let me pop it over. And and 2, 3. I know I could do something to make this less spacious, but I am not going to because I cannot be bothered. Thank you for your input. I think it was Telegram. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I did. Cool, that takes care of that. And over 1. That goes there. There we go. And because it is going to a cross piece, so that's a chain signal, and this guy going out is going to be the normal rail signal. I actually could put one of the circles, the irises, these guys there. You know what, actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. No. Not that one. Is there one here that isn't, like, the uplinks aren't this long? Because I just realized how long that is. And that's all junctions. Yeah, no, they're all the same. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, well, apparently I had one already on hand. And that is insufficient. I will have to stick with a junction there for now. That's a shame. That is a shame indeed. But I will... for the sake of being able to actually do anything here, leave this loop. Oh god, that's... Ew. Yeah. I think it's over 1, 2. There we go. So at least it looks nicer. And of course, a chain signal on the way out. And there we go. You are edit. SSU south. Click. There we go. It has the same rail conditions as to begin with. We theoretically should just be able to do something like there we go. And whoop. Now it's just waiting. Just the waiting. Because as long as this doesn't get hooked up to any of the immediate stuff before defenses are up, we're good. Because I also don't have a train built yet to actually function as intake as a weight line. Which I actually will need to set up as well. Because I think I'm at my throughput capacity for a single train to go between east and all of these. So I will have to set up a weight line. That will sit in this area here. All the weight lines come down here and then just funnel in. Actually, where is my rail? Right there. And yep, it is sorted. Ideally, it would just go over top of this, but here we are. Because I can only do cardinal directions. There we go. And let's go with a... There we go. And all of the various weight lines will, well, wait until these are free. And then these two will function as checks to make sure that these guys here don't exist, or all that fun stuff. Which actually means that I would need... Can I do stops in the elevated position? Just as a test, let's go there, and then we will, and let's actually, there, and now we will do a stop. Where is that? Oh, it has to be on the ground. Actually, wait. I don't need to specifically have a wait line once this is introduced, because it will automatically, all the trains will automatically wait at that, in that position. And yeah. And okay. I don't like that it is just doing a stair step. Although if it alternates, it's fine. It would very much be nicer as if it was, you know, perfectly across. But if wishes were horses, we would all be eating steak, apparently. And oh, that one lines up perfectly, apparently. What? You know what? And yeah, let's just... Okay. There. That... yeah, okay. Oh, it can do all. It can go right beside each other, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to go over 1, 2. Nope, I was too far over. 2. That should do the trick. There we go. And I need to have 8, 1 for each cardinal direction, as that also +1. That's... What am I doing? There. There. And, rotate around. I'm gonna have... No, that's, there. That one's gonna be my end cap. And I think I am gonna have them just filter out across from somewhere. Yeah. I do like this. Actually, wait, if this is like this, what I can actually do is have this guy on this side of this. No, I can't. Hello to my one viewer on Twitch. Shout out. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out all of this side of things. And let's go ahead and go over there. Let's let that guy sort itself out while I do more of this. Pre-planning. Paste. Yeah. That feels right. And oh. There we go. That feels right. For now, this should do the trick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that should do the trick. Let's go with chain signals. Because I can put chain signals up. It just does not want to let me. And click, click, and yeah. All of these are checking to see if the one place it can go is free. Literally, that's all it needs to do. Because if it's going here, it has the appropriate component, and if it has an interrupt, it's going to go back to the low fuel port, which is this guy here. All locomotives fully fueled. Okay, which lock is not fueled? Time passed. Or 30 seconds. Got an interrupt. Time passed. Or 30 seconds passed to save the interrupt. Alright. Because there is one of these. It still has normal rocket fuel, so that should allow for it to siphon off. Actually, it means I can have the interrupt set up to have 86k, you know, constant of 12k. Oh wow, you're actually full. There's that train there. And 23k, 12k, what's the... Each one of these can store, what, 2,000? Alright, well, it's about to ramp up, and I think I will need another production chain. Or another bank of iron smelters here. Which means that this guy here has to shift its input. And yes, I did decide to have these steel productions filter directly off of the belts, off of the main bus here. I just figured it'd be easier than these guys sort it down to back to one belt, then it splits it to two. This is dealing with... I wanted to try and have as many science production be as close as possible physically. I'm gonna actually increase it to like 1,000. Oops, I can increase it to like 1,000. Yay. There we go. And now I wish I could have it prioritize buffer chests. Actually, wait. You are a research novice. So as long as you are fine. Okay. If I remove this logistics request, it should theoretically... Yeah, accumulator's being produced. Theoretically, it should be fine. remember what I was going to do with here. There's a lot of things I don't remember what I was going to do with. Yeah, I could just have lights being produced over here. What is it? Iron plate, electronic circuits. Yeah, I absolutely could just for giggles of it. It's like, okay, cool. We're producing lights way over here because we have a belt of the wire that's just sitting there. And yeah. And come on. And yeah, there's not much else to say here. Just a lot of tedious placing of everything. Because I do enjoy a game that actually makes you think about what you're doing next. I'll combine down to one, and then it'll bleed off here, maybe. It'll tap off of there. That'll tap off, because I know I do want to rebuild this into one of these, just because it is visually a lot nicer to deal with. But that will mostly wait until this deposit is gone. And that'll require me clearing out some trees. Alright, that's gonna get dealt with. Alright, time to walk around and have all of my inventory drained of resources. Alright. Time to get all of this done. Yeah. And it should be long. Yeah, that's long enough. So now it's time to... And... I think that will be fine. Because I just want to make sure... And okay, that is not fine because it's combining there, but it isn't. Okay. And mainly because. I know, it'll, play out nicely if I position this nicely. There we go. And up, and over. And nope. And there we go. Wait. Control Z. Oh. There we go. Well, that was frickin' stupid of me. Because I forgot to check which right direction. Yeah, because that guy is going up. Wait, that guy is going over... What? Okay. So it actually does just tip over here. And then this guy... I just... Actually, wait a minute. If I just tap off of that, then I just... There. That takes care of that. So no matter what, they'll always enter through this loop. Okay. And what am I doing? Why are you not? And paste. Tate. And yeah, I should have just rotated and pasted all of that. It's a bit late now. And of course, check that. And I need to make sure... I'm gonna wait till it's actually built before I add all of the signals. Now let's add in the rail network. So that I can actually get ready to build appropriately. Because I know it would very much suck to all of a sudden have to do a bunch of the shit I already more or less need to do in the first place. Alright, there we go. I just want to make sure stuff ahead of time is built. Alright. Place your stuff, because I'd love it if everything here was ready to go. And this is the part where I don't break free, but I do. Just place down a frick ton of turrets, or drills. How many am I placing down? All of mine. Wow. Well, all my power infrastructure is going to be in place. What? Fine. Honestly, the other reason I have them every other step is also so I can actually walk along them without... Yes, I know I have this, but I'd rather have the option of walking across than not. And you get placed there. Now you guys are all on the same grid. And now I have potentially... Oh, there is actually some belts left. And I'm going to go here. Come on, finish up those belts. Yes. Yeah. Let's get those belts out of the way. Because I know that's going to be a problem later if I don't do that now. I can fit through this gap, but I'm not risking that. And is that it? Oh wow. There we go. I had more belts on hand than I thought I did. That's actually nice to know. Huh. Because if I could actually get all of this placed before I leave, that would be ideal. I have 71 belts left. Turn my own bots off. And there we go. I just want to make sure I get it as farther in as possible. Finally, steel plate production will end up being better. Yeah. I have access to that, so I'm just going to in-queue that. Alright. Thermonuclear warheads. Here I come. Here I come. I am very curious, though, how Space Age handles them over the Space Expansion or Exploration, that mod. Because I have seen how that mod handles it. And I almost downloaded it if it wasn't for the fact of the DLC coming out. Before someone freaks out there. And I have to grab carefully. There we go. 2, 3. All possible resources that have been placed have now been placed. Outside of one of these. Which I am going to place here. So that does... Yeah, that does reach the edge of everything. So I'm going to place you there. And you have power from all 3 of those, so that also tells me to keep and get a hustle on. So I think the next time I'll be back here will not be with anything other than the bots. And that tree is now dead. Actually, I'm going to, because I need you in the logistics section. And there you go. While that guy's doing that, it's time to place a lot of stuff. There we go. Well, that's actually nice that it just places it rapidly. And come on, come on, come on, come on. And well, and let him place it. Well, I guess it's time to get all that together. So, see, and that means it should line up perfectly if I do that, which means come on, there we go. And there we go. And Q, and I just want to make sure that it actually lines up Ah. So there we go. That's dealt with. I just don't like that this guy here is outside by 1. I really don't. I think actually I might shift it up that 1. But would it actually put it outside of this guy's range? Yes, it would. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Because as much as I would honestly love to leave most of that, I am going to not, simply because I will need to just manufacture more parts, and that's just more wastage, basically. So going back and replacing all of these will eventually be the goal. But that is a later me problem. Because ideally I'd manufacture enough where it literally does not matter. And I can just disregard, entirely disregard, any sort of reclaiming of resources. Like, I know this here exists, and I might turn that into power. Just constantly leave a second set of these over here, just to siphon, just to deal with power as additional backup for this, which would, for this, be 2 megawatts, because this is a 1.2 megawatt or gigawatt power here. And 0.2 of my total power production is just these. And I am nowhere near my production limitations. And yes, that is exactly... That's exactly what you think. And it is definitely going to be interesting, because I think I am going to have to clear out these lines and specifically have them target, because yes, that's nuclear fuel just getting put onto where the belts are. I just want to prioritize the spoiled first. And currently spoilage is just spoilage and disposing of it. And I just want to make sure that it all... I should have done this earlier, but here we are. And let's just get all of this done. Because I do want to make sure that the only thing that is burning is all of the, like, say, wood and what have you first. Because right now it is filtering in other material. So you know what, actually I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Because I do specifically need to have this at each of these junctions, including here, for the sole purpose of making sure it's like on both sides, so that way if there's a lot of it, it will always apply the appropriate rules. Yeah. Because right now this guy here... And... Because right now that'll just slowly place one over top. There we go. And then I will have this dump all of these only when this guy is full. And then this one will activate when this one is full. It'll empty out and then just wait. Or when this and that. I've got it because it also requires a timer, which means I need a clock. There's got to be a nicer way to do this. Because right now this guy's just going to slowly spool down. Slowly spool down. With all the resources. Because right now, like, that guy... Yeah. And did I? Oh, no, I didn't get that at all. Because it is going to want to do spoiled first. Just to clear out any spoilage that is on the line or that does appear on the line. For redundancy's sake, because I did run into some power issues later at some point. It's 68 hours. So if I actually go here, wait, no. 1,000 hours, 50. Yeah, there were some sections here, like here, and I think a little bit over here, where I was having trouble getting everything back up and running. And like this guy here, oh gosh, I had to build solar. I ran out of power because I was not paying attention. And I fixed it. Oh, right. I have to actually defend my new builds. Whoa! Which means that has to be within construction and power. It's time to clear out that. Come on. Not much I can do right now. Maybe we can watch this happen. Oh no, they got one off. I don't think it matters. I really don't. Can I? Actually, yeah, I can. Paste, and it should be... Nope. It should be this. Nope. It should be one of these. I did not actually include it. That's actually sad. I thought I had. Where is it? There's that one. There's that. There we go. Nope. I placed another one somewhere. Oh, here. Was it seriously that one? Oh, here it is. And there we go. And that guy can now line up with that. Perfect. But I actually don't remember if there is any landfill over there. There should be. And let's get over there and figure it out. should have some landfill on hand to apply the single appropriate bit of kit. And all of the appropriate resources can get applied. And lastly, there we go. That takes care of that. Don't think I'll have problems dealing with any of the mobs for now. No biters. Biters, no biting. Come on. And come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's... Come on. Alright, come on. And... Whoop. There we go. Slow down, let it rebuild, switch back. So I had to kind of focus. Alright. And you're having a bad day. Well, you are now very much having a... And... There we go. And... Alright. And... Alright, come on, come on. Alright. There we go, come on. And... Come on. There we go. Clearing out the biters is therapeutic. It'll be very nice when I have spider bots, which actually... Where are they? It would be T, spider bots, spider bots, spider bots. There we go. And I need... Gleba before I grab spiders. But I will need rocket turrets, which I need to get from also Gleba. That's interesting. Alright. Honestly, I think Gleba is going to have to be my first stop, simply because of the weird restrictions on certain parts of the build tree. I know it's one of those, when I unlock more things will be available, like they'll just be more efficient overall in terms of getting access to stuff. I'm poorly wording this. But it will mean that I will be less dependent on technologies from other places. Now let's just use my own personal inventory of rails. There we go. And come on, come on, come on. And away we go. I have 9 rails here? Or 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I do have 10 right in the middle. And away we go. Alright. And lastly, certainly not least, yeah. Good times. And is that it? Oh, that really is it. Actually, let's go get the rest of this placed down. Before anything else gets messed up. And let's actually go across. All right. That guy goes there. Let's turn that up a little bit. There. And let's figure this out. Yeah, I still have the stupid chat overlay in the corner, and there's not much I can do about it. So I just... Alright. I just wish full screen applications didn't do half the weird shit it does to my screen. Like, I full screen an application, and all of a sudden, the window alignment on it doesn't exist properly. Like, I'm selecting my desktop now, even though it's actually the full screen application. Like, and I don't know why. I can't show you. Oh, look. Oh, now it's working. Okay. It works on half screen, but not full screen, but it could also be just because the resolution difference is just causing some scuffed responses. So let's go with, what did I look for? Oh, I know. Close you. Let's go with TST, because that should appear up there. Voila, test. And that means this one, TST, that's caps lock. Voila, there's switch chat test. I don't have any way to control each one through one chat box, which would be perfect. I know there is restream, but you have to schedule a stream. It's not just you can just start, which is what I'd rather. Plug in all the information you need, hit start, and call it a day. Restream requires that you schedule it with a specific stream key. So that is a limitation that I'm frankly not happy about. Let's get the rest of all of this. Ooh, I've got a notification. Let's see what Twitch says. That could also be one of those things. Hey, you're multi-streaming, but like XYZ is a problem. Nope. Yeah, it's just that Asmon's live. It's good to know when the larger streamers are live, because it's like, okay, who am I competing against, as it were? As the magic number is about 4 hours, I'm probably going to start streaming earlier in the morning. Which means I'll have to manage when people are awake and all of that. I'm going to turn that off. Cool. So this should mean... It should mean that I can get rid of... Because all of this should be a single block. I don't remember how to do that. I think if I change these to just normal signals, no, I have to change them to chain signals. Oh. And I put them on the wrong side as well. Oh, that sucks. And yep. Those are on the correct side. Those ones were not. Joy of bliss. And away we go. There is no loss. Oh, actually, if I instead do a block signal there, that should, in theory, function no different than if... So they'll go to here, then this chain signal, it'll be enough of an interrupt. Okay. Alright, and it should be enough of an interrupt for me to safely do this. Without too much concern. And if I... Oh, I can't because it... I so wish that this guy could go... Like, I could do that. But then I have to redirect this rail line somewhere else. That is such an annoying shame. Alright, and... You are going here. You go there. Block. Because you're getting chained up. Actually want to have that. So that'll keep the two halves separated as well as all of this. Perfect. They will always pick the optimum path. And that means I can turn around and build a train. Whoop, I'm going to build out defenses first. Just in case. They're kind of attacking here first. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave that alone and see how that handles. Whoa. And now let's go all the way down below. And just steamroll right past everything as I am powered by rocket fuel. Which I have to admit is actually funny. My rocket fuel powered tank. Alright. Here we go. That takes care of all of that aspect. Alt G. Oh, no, it's Alt F. Yes. And now, how do I... deal with all of this. Take all of this out. Put a wall here. And then just hope. It's about as much as I can do. Because ideally, well, not that happen. There we go. Because now I have to figure out how far along. Yeah, that was a good shot. Excuse me 1 second while I... Well, that also happened. And... Come on, come on, come on. And... Come on. And... As I dive in. There we go. Just casually taking out everything I can. And take that out, deal with that. Probably am going to deal with that. Because I normally play on a much more segmented off, like a lot more water and whatnot. So it's mainly because it just makes it very easy to control. I like having the threat of the biters, who just not overly a fan of how annoying it can be to logistically deal with defenses. At least for the time being until I get artillery. Because normally I would just have so much artillery that it would not be a problem. And... Come on. There we go. And alright, that takes care of that. Just clearing out bugs. Clearing out the bugs. Oh, that's a lot of... Oh! Excuse me while I deal with you quite resoundly. This is actually kind of funny. Just how easy it is to deal with them sometimes. And into a pocket. And there we go. That takes care of all of that, which actually means I can expand south a bit more on my main base. Once this main southerly wall is... Oh, look! Oh, wow, that was a wildly fast group that was probably expanding, so I managed to click it at the correct interval to deal with it. And how much is the way of resources do I have? Oh, I've got more than enough shells to deal with this. Come on. Come on. There we go. And it's going to be a fire sale on all of that. And there we go. And voila. It's actually a lot less risky than I thought it would be. And south, away we go. And come on. Voila. We'll need more powerful lasers than what I currently have access to. Because this is going to be a nightmare to deal with in terms of getting resources in and out, so I'm probably going to avoid it like the plague for the most part. And then effectively in the steps. And it just peeled that away. So that's the steps to the south. Oh, they've got a castle. Oh, how cute. I have a tank. They are not bad placement. Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely having to deal with things that I should have dealt with some time ago. And away we go. Probably should start just a new playthrough of this, because most of this was only on Twitch and not all the VoDs are up yet. Now, some of the VoDs I can't put up outside of... Nah, I should be able to put them up. It's just, for whatever reason, trying to do split recording broke something. Because if I hit the button now, it works. Hopefully. And come on. There we go. And I'm going to go up north and just deal with all of that. Alright, got one, pop one off. And pop off there. There we go. And there we go. And now that my shield's also up on this guy, just take that out. Oh, hello. Oh, that your defenses were laid waste. Laid to waste is the correct. I got it. Oh wow, the lasers are actually personal lasers are kind of weak. Huh. That's a shame, actually. I have to admit, it would be nice to capture biters at some point. I have gotten a text message of some description. That deals with most of those. That deals with you. That deals with that. Deal with that. Deal with that. Deal with that. And deal with that cluster. And there we go. Let's check that message before I forget to. Is there anything important? Good. Need to message to send it. I just need to send a thing to someone. Hold up. Yeah, no, it actually reminds me I do need to do that before I forget, which I can do a little later. No, actually, I need to do that sooner than later. I've only been up for like, what, 2 hours? 90 minutes? An hour and a half. I'll keep this short. This is mainly just testing the multi-stream capabilities anyway, and I'm going to call it good. So, save that. Save that. And with that, it's going to be. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.